Sometimes you wake up in the morning and just feel like the whole world is on top of your shoulders. The pressure, the financial stress, even the sleepless nights. That took me into a very long break from YouTube and content creation entirely. If you are in the state right now, I believe this video is the right video for you, because I'm going to be sharing with you the reasons why I stopped posting. Like my colleagues will say, I disappeared from the YouTube space for a long time, and I'm going to be telling you why I feel that this is the right time for me to restart my journey to quitting my 9-to-5 job. Hello smart quitters, my name is Prince Emetu, and I am a 9-to-5 employee who is currently documenting my transition from being an employee to an entrepreneur through tech, digital skills, businesses, and content creation. So without wasting your time any further, let's move straight into today's business. Firstly, I think the first thing that happened to me was that I started having sleepless nights because, as a 9-to-5, especially in Nigeria, you go to work maybe before 8, you're out of the house, you come back by 6, sometimes 6:30. You understand? So you have basically maybe from 6:30, like what I do, from 6:30 to 9 p.m. I take it and relax. And then from 10 o'clock, I'll try and catch some sleep so that by 1:30, I'll be awake. So from that 1:30, I'll be awake doing 2 things at a time. Now, firstly, I will edit maybe from that 1:30 till about 4 a.m. in the morning. And after doing that, the next thing that I do is bringing up because as at that time I was still learning the ropes of JavaScript, or rather Vue. You understand, the Vue framework in JavaScript. So I will start reading some resource materials, watching YouTube tutorials, practicing, and that would take me till maybe around 6 a.m., which I will now lie down just to catch maybe 30 minutes sleep or 1 hour sleep before I wake up again, go and bath and start the whole rat race again. So I did this successfully for about 2 to 3 months. My posting schedules were on time, but I started feeling weird, started feeling sicky, and there were a lot of things that also followed. My phone got spoiled, and that was the deal breaker for me. That was when I knew that I had to relax, because even I was feeling so stressed that if you shake my hand as at then, you feel that it's always hot. And from what my doctor told me, he said that was not a good sign. It was a very, very serious sign of stress, and I had to break out from it. If not, I was going to get burnt out. So that was when I knew that, okay, I think I have to take a chill pill and relax. And also, although the financial aspect, which was paying my editor, it wasn't like too much for me as at that time. It wasn't too much for me as at that time, but I still felt overwhelmed because it was quite pricey. So I had to okay, let me just take a full maybe 2 to 3 months. That was what I thought in my head. I was also going to take a 2 to 3 months break. When I paused, it was not funny. It was it was really, 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 really difficult for me to come back after I got my phone. And having done that, I upgrade my equipment. Maybe in my next video, I'll be showing you my gadgets that I upgraded. So this was what I did, what hindered me from producing good content as at that particular time. So the second thing that made me to go ghost mode on you guys was that I was trying to build up my skill. I told you that before now I had already started working with Vue framework working with JavaScript using Vue framework. So after completing that and did some few projects, I noticed that for me to build something for myself, I really need to go into back-end development. Because when I tried to find a back-end developer, the price that we are calling for me, I was like, I saw this thing there, and then a thought now came into my mind that, okay, why not just learn the particular that language, or rather that back end, using Rust language. So that was when I started learning Rust. Although a big shout out to my boss, because he also was one of the persons that, in fact, he was the main person that even made me to like, guy, you can do it, go and learn this Rust. So I started learning Rust, and to the glory of God, I'm now a Rust backend developer. So that was one thing that actually kept me stuck, because I knew that I could not combine learning JavaScript and learning Rust and also editing my videos and shooting videos. It would have been, in fact, it was not, it would have, it was so crazy that I had to like, no, let me pause and wait. So that was one of the things. So sometimes growing silently is not a bad thing. That's just what I want you guys to know. So if you have been in this situation, let me know what you think, what your thoughts are, or how you overcame yours in the comment section. Another thing that made me to pause posting for a while on YouTube was because I didn't have enough money to sustain my dream. I had 3 different things that I was actually needing money from, or rather 4. Firstly, it was I wanted to go into a car wash business at the beginning of the year, or rather towards the tail end of that last year. So when I did my findings and survey and everything, I noticed that the money required to start the business wasn't that much, but the only challenge I was having was finding a space, especially here in Abuja, finding a good space, a good point, or rather space, where you could do car wash business successfully was kind of a very taxing one, especially financially. So that was why I had to pause and have a rethink on the strategy to follow. At that period, I wasn't quite stable. Even I was kind of missing my shooting days, my posting days. It was kind of becoming messier. So that's why I had to calm down and say, okay, let me re-strategize. So right now I've re-strategized, and I'm back for good. I'm back stronger. So if you have been in this spot, tell me what your experience feel like in the comment section. And if you have found any value in this video, please share the videos so that someone else like you too can also engage in this video. And you never can tell, your share might help the person to become successful tomorrow. Having said that, now to the bonus tips. Remember, I told you guys in the beginning of the video that I was going to tell you why I felt that I am ready to restart the journey again. This is the point where I'm going to share that with you. So I'll be looking at my screen to give you those actionable tips that you're going to talk about. So I'll start with the first tip, which is start with what you have. Well, I started what I had from the beginning, and it was going well. Even with the poor camera quality and the bad audio quality that I had, I was having good engagements, because I had the content to give. I had valuable content to give. My phone got spoiled. That was where I knew that I could not go on again. Because if my phone was still okay, if my mic got or my light got spoiled, I wouldn't have mind. I would have used normal sunlight. You understand? So please do endeavor to always start with what you have. Build multiple streams of income very early. This one cannot be overemphasized. Although thumbs up to the Gen Z generation, they've been really at it. They've been building. In fact, you see someone of about 22 years old with multiple streams of income, earning millions of naira and dollars also. I will really say, for those of us that are above the Gen Z generation, the millennials and above, please, let's try and start making hay while the sun shines. Please try as much as possible. Build multiple streams of income. It helps a lot. Now, I'll be doing a dedicated video how you could, as a 9-to-5er, build up to 4 streams of income, or even 3 streams of income. There's a dedicated video that I've made that will be going live soon enough. You understand? So I would like you able to watch out for that video. And to do that, what do you need to do? You just need to subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon, and you'll see that notification once the video is dropped. And you might be the first people that will premiere alongside me watching that video together. And you can ask questions, and I will give you a very fast reply. So that being said, the third tip is invest in skills before lifestyle. Now, this one is something that most people fail to understand. As a 9 to 5, when you get a pay raise or you get a promotion, don't because you get a pay raise and you are living in a self-contained, which was comfortable and okay for you, had a lot of space, had everything, but because they've increased your salary maybe to 50%, you know, say, no, this day is too small before for my lifestyle. My brother, that lifestyle will keep you at zero. You will not build any emergency fund. You will have a lot of deficiencies, and that will not be good for you. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Now, this fourth point I'm going to be talking about is quite tricky. I'll give it, if I'm giving a rating from 1 to 10, I'll give it a solid 5. Now, I'll give you the reasons why. Now, this is learn to build quietly. Now, it doesn't work for everybody. That is why I'm giving it a 5. If you're an accountable person, this will work for you. If you were following my series on that checklist that I did, at some point I was being pressured into following it in the order that I wrote those checklists. But in real life, man, it wasn't that easy, rather, because there was a time that I had to skip number 6 and go down to 13 and achieve number 13 before coming back to that number 6 to achieve it. Do you understand? So at that point, I would like you to understand that it might not go as you want it. So if you have already put it out there, you'll be forced, you'll be pressured into doing it according to how you have placed your destiny. That's why building quietly is actually very, very, very helpful. If you know you are not an accountable person, bro, it's better for you to build loudly. It will force you to be accountable. You understand? Because if you are not an accountable person and you want to build quietly, I bet you will give up 20 times before you even achieve a single thing. Please take note on that. And now to the final and to the last but not the least point. Stop comparing your timeline. Okay, there was something I forgot to tell you guys. While I was on that break, there were a lot of times which I wanted to start again. But when I look back into the YouTube space, I noticed that most of the people that I was tracking their progress alongside mine, that we started quite the same time, they were already about 1,000 plus subscribers. And that being said, please, I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of next month. Please, if you're watching this video and you have not yet subscribed, please, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and also share this video. You understand? So please and please, don't compare your timeline with someone else's timeline. You could wake up today, do a video, and it goes viral. Another person can be on that same video for 10 years and not go viral. You understand? So that was what hindered me, because at some point when I looked at those people that these people they've gone far, are you sure I'll be able to catch up? I was feeling that pressure of I'm falling so behind. You understand? So at this point, we like to always tell you guys that in everything you do, know that it is okay to take a break sometimes, but don't take the break to quit. No, you take that break to come back stronger. You understand? As you can see now, I'm quite stronger. I'm not just a digital marketer, I'm also a front-end developer, web developer. I'm also a back-end developer. All right, guys, NEPA has done their most. See you guys on my next video. Remember, smart quitters don't just quit. We level up.